Other callers on the call. Hi, is this Ben?
Yeah, this is Ben.
Is anybody else joining us?
No, I think it's just us. I'm recording it.
Okay. I'm gonna clear off a lot of stuff on my computer. Hold on. Are there any costs left? Are there any costs left, Paula? Okay, so what particularly that you need me to go over, Ben?
Two things. Well, two different things. One of them has two parts. The guys were wondering how exactly they fill out their expense reports and tie it to a job. And from our end, how do we download the attachments and receipts that are attached to the expense reports? That's part one. The other part is how to do an advance request and submit it to the proper approver.
Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Alright, so I think who's 35? You?
I am. I'm 53, I believe.
Oh, that's Joaquin. Well, we can just use him. He'll be okay.
Okay.
When you initially, there's two parts. You can either, we set up for the pre-authorization. Actually, let me go back. If they need to do an advance, they need to do a pre-authorization request.
Got it.
So when they go in, they're going to go to, this user doesn't have it, but when they log in, they're going to go to expenses, expense report, and then there's create expenses.
Okay.
So it's going to take you to this screen here.
Okay.
So when you get ready to do remember, advances pre-op, you have to have a pre-authorization for an advancement.
Okay.
So you're going to click on create next to it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you go into the form, you would put in whatever information you need to know, travel to such and such state or whatever it is, wherever you went.
Okay.
After they fill that out, we kind of jump and tell them to go into the travel information.
Mm-hmm.
And they can either do travel or itinerary. Do one. It just depends on your company. So you could say this travel was from 1st 05/2003 and 2/01/08/2013.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the return back in office. So if say it was a Friday and on the 8th was a Friday and they return back in office on Monday, then you can put the Monday date.
Okay.
But we'll just say 08/2013. You can even put if in between there, you use a lot of R&R time and
yes.
Different PTO.
PTO,
so if they actually use some time in between there just to explain the gaps in the travel, you can put it in here. Just your company policy on what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, after you have that filled out, you're going to know it's done because the green part at the top is going to tell you it's done.
Okay.
Now, you're going to select the job to go with it. Now, everyone else except that's in the field, we're going to have these jobs in their personal job list. So those that are not in the field, you're going to have to look, this is the location, I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just say you went to Los Angeles. This is the job. And I think the job starts with travel in there. After you find it the first time, I guess not. You can save it to your personal job list if you're one of the employees that search for the job. If you're an employee that the job is populated for you, you just need to select the job. Looking for that one job that says travel. Gosh. You know what the travel job starts with?
No, I'm not sure. I think our travel is mostly our field guys, and it's a cost of goods sold, so it goes directly to their actual job. So it'd be project service SATCOM.
Okay.
Or project service layer one, either of the two.
Yeah, we'll just pick something for right now.
Okay.
This trip authorization, you can use this just as a tracking feature for your internal people if they want to put in a number. Like some people put before the request number, they might put their initials for the people. So however you keep track, it's going to be, if you want to use this feature, you can use it, but it doesn't report. We don't populate this information.
Got it.
After you have that in, if this is an advancement, then you would go and put the advancement amount at the bottom. So you can just say $2,000 right here. If this is to the location, if you want to do an itemized cost, this will populate the information in for you.
Okay.
You can have it where it does it for you, or you can just type it in. So if you put, say, company airfare, the company paid for your airfare, and say $650 here. Take out the one-time fee for a round trip. Your baggage, $60. And if it was both round trip, you could do two. So it's there and that. This is, you don't necessarily have to do this part, but this just kind of gives you an idea of how much it would be. Just, if you're looking to put the expenses like per diem, you would have to know like what the cost of per diem and everything is per day on here, and it'll then it would calculate it.
Okay.
But you would have to know that. So if they don't know this part, you can just have them not fill it in.
Right. They can just fill in the first page.
You already know what your airfare, because you've already got that paid for. You'll know what the baggage and everything is. So a lot of people just do the basic information. Then when you do itemized cost, it's going to be green here, so that means that you put that. This does not necessarily mean this is how much you are requesting for the expense. This just means this is what I know how much it's going to be automatically. So once you do a save on this, this will get routed to the approver. The approver is going to be Ralph for Felipe. This is Joaquin. So once you save on here, this is when you can do an attachment. So once you do save, and you can do any type of attachment. So I don't know. I'm just gonna put something in there. You have to have something in here under the description in order for it to do it.
Okay.
Did I click upload? I was thinking. I don't think this was a big. Oh, it shouldn't have took that long. I'm going to cancel this and come into it again because I clicked it more than once. shouldn't be taking this long. I don't know if it's because the net meeting is taken away from my resources. Let me come out and come back into it. So we got that reauthorization for Jakeem. Open that back up. I didn't do it. Let's see. Oh, but it has to be. What does that mean? Okay, so reauthorization. I'm coming back into it because this one's already done, so I click on edit.
Okay.
Anytime you need to come back into the same thing, and this is still in the open status. So when it's in the open status, it hasn't been moved over to go to the approver, so the approver is not going to see it yet. Hopefully, it's something small. I guess I didn't understand. Like, were you having trouble with attaching documents?
No, with opening the attached documents for approvers.
Okay. Shouldn't matter. Put the PDF in there. There you go. I'm gonna hit close, and then I'm gonna hit save.
Okay.
Now, this, if I hit submit on here, or for me it's finish mass entry, we'll submit it. It's gonna go over to Ralph.
Good. But you don't have to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna come back into it. And it would be open the same way. I'm gonna have you try to open it on your side. You can view it, and if you do download, it's gonna save it to yours. So I'm gonna have you on your end, then try to open the same one.
Okay.
So let me get out of it. Go under administration under your login. And then mass enter expenses. And then just type click it to where it says pre-authorization. And then put in 35 for Jakeem.
Under admin mass entry for expenses.
Yeah.
Where is that?
So you're gonna do it like this. So make sure pre-authorization is checked here, and then you can put 35 for his employee number, and then click on retrieve.
Where is mass entry for expenses?
Under administration right here. Go to administration, mass enter expenses.
I don't even see administration. Am I?
Are you logged in a time card?
Oh, time card. I thought you said admin. Okay. All right, time card. Mass enter for expenses. Log in. Okay, now go to pre-authorization request.
Yes.
Okay. And retrieve.
Yes.
Okay.
And then you're gonna do then you should be able to go in under that attachment. You should be able to download it or view it.
Okay. Yeah, I can. It says I can edit. All right. Yeah, there it is. Okay. And then go to attachments.
Yes.
Attachments. Yep, I can download it and all that.
The thing to remember is you can't do an attachment until after you save either the expense report or the pre-authorization. You have to save it first, and then it'll pop up the icon to do an attachment.
Got it.
And you should be able to do any type of attachment as long as on your side you have where you can open up that type of file.
Okay, got it.
So if you're an approver and you do a I don't know, like a image file, and you don't have the capability of opening up that type of image, then it's not going to open up for you. You have to. That's why I was like, with your company, pretty much a lot of people do PDF, text files. They do JPEG.
What about
Word doc.
.xps?
That's fine. That's a document.
So I can do that with I can open that with Adobe. Or with Word.
That's a Word document,
okay.
Right?
Okay, yeah.
.xps.
Yes. I'm asking.
That's
yeah.
version.
Okay, got it. All
yeah,
right.
So that's compatible with any Word document.
All right. Okay, got it. All right.
So remember, advances, you have to do a pre-authorization for advancement. That's why I did 2 separate forms for you all. So anytime someone comes to you and they need to do travel advance, they need to do a pre-authorization.
Okay, got it.
And they need to do a regular expense form. So now,
yes.
For Joaquin, if we go in to do a regular expense form, I'm going to go down here to the bottom, and then this will be just to create a regular expense form.
Okay.
So pre-authorization, when you come back in with the pre-authorization too, after it's approved, then what it's going to do is it's going to populate the date that we selected on the form. And then if we need to take away some of the dates, we can take it away, but it'll get you started. Like, it'll say the location and everything is already in there for you. And then at the bottom, if there was the company paid anything, like less the company paid, like we put in that airfare, it's going to have the amount over here to the right-hand side where it says less paid. It'll have it already calculated for you. And then same with the advancement. So it'll say less advance payment to the employee. So if I'm doing an expense report and the company has already paid me $2,000, when I get ready to do my expense report, I'm going to put in all my other information, like my employee paid expenses in there, my per diem, like if I rented a car, whatever it may be. And then over to the side, down here, the form will deduct the advance amount.
Okay, got it.
There was,
Got it.
So advances, you do have to process those separate from expenses. So when you do the pre-authorization, the advance is going to be like a cash that goes through. So you'll need to let Travis know of the ones that you have as advancements. And then what he's going to do is go ahead and process it through. It'll get exported, and it'll get sent over into the Jamis financial system so a check can be cut for the employee.
Okay, got it.
Now, expense reports are done, usually after the travel.
Yes.
So the authorization with this advancement, and we've already paid them. So we did this advancement today for Joaquin. It went through, it got approved by Ralph, and we went through and we processed it, had it processed and exported into Jamis Financials. Then when he gets ready to do a pre-authorization request, let me go back. So instead of it saying create right here, For a new one, it's going to have the option whenever he does create a pre-authorization or create an expense report. I'm sorry, I'm under the wrong one. When he does create an expense report, up here to the top, it's going to have that pre-authorization number that says 10002, whatever the number is. That's going to be at the top, and that's going to be the expense report that he creates off the pre-authorization. So it's going to be the same form, but the only thing is when they do a pre-authorization for an advancement, they have to use the top portion of the expense side for the pre-op. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. So you'll see, like, maybe you need to, like, just put a couple through just to play with, and you can let us know, and then I can go in and delete them when you're done, but just to see how the process works all the way through. So I would recommend you all putting through, like, I have that one out there for Joaquin. Process it all the way through. Let Ralph know what you're doing so you can see how the approval process is.
Okay.
And see how the form will look. And then that way you know how it goes all the way through. And the same for the regular travel form. You should do the same thing. Actually, I think in the test mode, I think I did one off yours. What's your number, 58?
53, I think.
3?
Try 53, yeah.
Yeah, it's 53.
Yeah.
So these are the test ones that I did with you off our first test when we were doing the training.
Yep.
So you can see the different forms. So you might want to just process one of these just so you, or just take a look at one of these to see how it actually works all the way through.
Okay.
And how the process is going to work. And you can take the one for Joaquin and do one that's an advancement.
For the advanced,
and then let it go through and do an expense form